Well, first, congratulations on One Life Stand, which is one of my favourite singles of the year, and now one of my favourite albums too. You must be thrilled with it.
Yeah, we're proud of it, definitely. Yeah.
Yes, it's been a good response so far. It's just been really interesting to go out and do some live shows and see how people react to the new stuff, because we've been playing quite a lot of the new album, and we were just wondering how that's going to go down, but people seem to know it and like it, so we're happy.
Now, the last time we met was at the Rescue Rooms gig just next door, and to be honest, the duration of that time escapes me, but we're talking years since that actually happened. And it was an amazing gig to see you in a venue of that size. Now, we're here somewhere 4 times as big, really, so has the music travelled well to the bigger venues?
Yeah, we've kind of, as the venues have got bigger, we've kind of evolved to kind of deal with bigger venues and to understand what that means as a band. Like, it's happened kind of gradually with us, you know. We weren't like thrust into massive venues right at the beginning of our career. We started in pubs, and as the band grew, the venues kind of grew. So we've kind of slowly worked out a lot of things about playing in bigger and bigger venues, and I mean, a few years ago we weren't happy when we were like on a big stage. We didn't quite know what we were doing. We were kind of lost, but now we've kind of adapted to it. We know what we're doing, and we feel comfortable playing in bigger places.
It's been nice that it has kind of been a slow evolution for us, because I mean, it wasn't that long ago that we could fit all of us and all of our gear in a small compact car, where it was a bit uncomfortable, but we could do it. And now we're rolling with 2 buses and an articulated truck, so yeah, it's sort of expanded, but like Joe says, it didn't really happen overnight, and I think that's really benefited us, because every step that we've made, it seems as though it's the right step, and we were ready for it. Whereas, I mean, I really admire bands that go from like nothing to like having to play big, really big shows, but it is very, very difficult. And yeah, we've had a quite sort of nice little linear path that's been good.
I noticed that you tweeted a few days ago about you were back on the tour buses. What sort of emotions do they engender in you, those tour buses being back on? Is it happy days, or is it, oh no, here we go again?
It's
nice. Yeah, it's we've really just started, so at the moment everyone's very like happy. You know, there's excitement. Like they're very intense periods where we like see a lot of each other, and that's been good so far. Like we're kind of enjoying the whole thing. That might change in like 3 months' time, but you know.
I noticed that from the itinerary you mentioned 3 months. Then it literally is 3 months, isn't it? And you play everywhere from Cologne to Paris to Chicago in those 3 months, really.
Yeah.
It's great that you've got this new not new, this established international perspective now. But which countries particularly warmly receive Hot Chip?
Well, recently America has just been great. We've never like sold thousands of records really over there. Our in terms of our units shifted. We're like kind of small fry, but in terms of the kind of things that we play, we do really well. We play to
our weight.
Yeah, we play to like 10,000 people or so on each of the coasts, and then in the summer festivals we're going to be playing on like main stages near to the top of the bill, and something like Lollapalooza, for instance. I think that's the case, and some other kind of big festivals. So yeah, in terms of playing live, we just do well, and people are very excited. We just played 2 shows in New York about a week and a half ago, and
free shows.
Yeah, one of them was a free show. Yeah. People just it was kind of first come first serve. People just had to queue up. It was kind of bad because it was incredibly cold.
Yeah, they were sort of queuing around the block. It was a bit cruel. It was a sort of it was a MySpace show, was it? And like, you know, a lot of those things where it's first come first serve, you can go during the day and you buy a ticket that's got a number on it basically. But they wanted to have like the spectacle of people like snaking around the street, but we sort of we didn't find that out until recently. I felt a bit sorry for the crowd, and it really made us want to do a really good show, because it was like -6 or something, and they've been standing outside for probably hours in some cases. So we were really spurred on to try and do a really good show for them, and it worked out really well. We sort of I think we've done quite a lot of rehearsal for this tour, which we do like rehearse for a lot of the tours that we do, but we had quite a long period, and we felt really ready to play, and we didn't really have those kind of first show jitters that we have done in the past, and so that was really, really good for us, because I just would have felt so bad if it would have been a really shambolic show on those first 2 New York ones. But anyway, it worked out okay.
It's like a peculiar form of natural selection, isn't it, to make sure only the die-hard fans get in. If you get them to queue up in -6, you know you're going to get a good crowd.
Just students and people that can actually afford to take a day off. So I don't know if it's like the die-hard fans. It's just the people that happen not to have anything better to do on that day. But anyway.
Now, getting back to the album, there is a huge amount of diversity on there, and that's one of the things that I always enjoy terrifically about your albums, that each track leads on a slightly different journey. When you're writing the album, and indeed recording it, are you mindful of this fact, or is it just something that seems to happen sporadically?
Well, I think mostly it's a kind of natural and unconscious thing. Like we just are into different things, and we like to express that when we're writing songs. But I have to say, like I sometimes get the feeling when an album is kind of coming together, that if you have a kind of group of songs of a certain nature, I quite like to express a kind of love of a different kind of music if that isn't represented by that group of songs. So towards the end of this record, we added the songs We Have Love and one called Keep Quiet, which We Have Love is a very straight out kind of garage record, and I felt like that hadn't been our kind of interest in that music hadn't been expressed on the album up to that point. So I thought that was a nice thing to reference in the music. And Keep Quiet is really like an R&B record. Like I was thinking of old kind of 80s and 90s like modern R&B songs making that. So I wanted to have something of that nature on the record to kind of make it quite well rounded in terms of styles. So it does come into your head a little bit, I think.
I think it's one of the great, personally, I think it's one of the great strengths of you guys, really. By my reckoning, it's your 10th anniversary this year. Do you know the exact date of that, or isn't it something that you've been ticking off?
Since the actual formation of the group, it's probably longer than 10 years, but 10 years maybe since we kind of started doing things more professionally and more as a kind of cohesive unit. We don't know exact dates, but the band's been going a long time. Yeah.
So will album 5 be greatest hits?
Well, yeah, I think we're contractually obliged to do one. I don't know. It's weird for us. I think it's weird for a lot of bands to talk about hits in a way, because it's not really relevant anymore. I mean, I think that, for instance, our single One Life Stand, I don't think it even made the top 40, but it was everywhere. I mean, everybody knows that song, and it was sort of all over the internet and whatever, but didn't actually translate into even a top 40 hit kind of thing. And so it seems weird to to decide what they would be. But I mean, certainly we have our favourites, and I think the crowd have their favourites. So maybe it would be easy to put together. I don't know, a good idea, basically. I mean, it's not a world-shattering idea to have a greatest hits album, but just genuinely haven't really thought about it.
I think it would emphasise that you are, your heavyweights in the music industry, because sometimes it takes that greatest hits album for people to think, oh, hang on, they have had a lot of very popular, catchy, whatever you want to call them, tunes.
Yeah.
Maybe we'd need to do one more album, hopefully stick a couple more hits on it before we can really put it together.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, it's good to see you tonight. Have a great night at Rock City. Joe and Alex, Hot Chip, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.